All right, let's bring Morgan in now. First in the morning with entertainment. Morgan, good morning to you. And we're going to start with Brad Pitt. All kinds of headlines this morning as he's getting rather candid in a new interview.
Yeah, so Brad's opening up, which he doesn't do very often. If you know anything about Brad Pitt, he is very private about things. So this is why this is making headline news right now. So he opened up to Esquire about the fact that he is no longer sober. And this comes after 7 years of a time that he decided to become sober. And this is during his time where he was filing for divorce from Angelina Jolie back in 2016. But here's what he actually said. He goes, listen, I can have a few, but I can't have a lot. I have to be professional about it. So he basically says, listen, he can drink now, but it's in a more restrained manner. According to Page 6, when he attended Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding, apparently people did notice that he was drinking, and they were surprised to see that because, if anything, he has actually been public about his sobriety. I remember back in 2019, I was working on another entertainment show, and it was huge news then that he was revealing to the New York Times that he had entered Alcohol Anonymous group, that he was there for about a year and a half, that he was taking his sobriety seriously. So to hear this news, that's why it's making headline news. But even more so, he goes on to open up about having thoughts of suicide, and that these thoughts occurred during a rather difficult time with his family. He said, and in that one little period, I just thought, I just didn't see a way out. I understand suicide in the sense that it's just relief. When the interviewer went on to say, were these thoughts occurring surrounding issues with your family and your children? He just said, family stuff, we could leave it at that. So yeah, he's opening up there. And, you know, listen, we've been seeing this for the past several months now. His children are dropping Pitt from their last name. And so this just continues. From what we hear, nothing's been confirmed, but, you know, it's not good news when your children are dropping their father's last name. So yeah. In terms of family rifts and drama, we don't know.
Yeah. Well, man, that is, talk about being open and honest and raw.
That's very open. Yeah. And like I said, Brad Pitt's very private about stuff.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we have some casting news. Regarding Jacob Elordi.
Yeah, so Jacob Elordi, I mean, so many people are talking about him these days. You know, obviously he received his first Oscar nomination from Frankenstein, and so I think a lot of people are excited to see what he's going to do next. And apparently he is starring in Ari Aster's film Scapegoat with Scarlett Johansson. If Ari Aster sounds familiar to you, he's the guy that did that movie Hereditary. Yep,
he's like the most frightening man on the planet.
Thank you, Jeff. Yeah. Yes, like whenever...
Every time his name comes up, the hairs on the back of my neck stick up, and I'm sure he would take that as the ultimate compliment.
My left eye starts twitching because Hereditary messed me up in such a great way, but Toni Collette's performance in Hereditary... I can't even hear the clicking. Anyway, he's
How did I miss this?
You and I were in the theater together watching this film. Midsommar, right?
Oh, now you're talking about that. Okay,
yes, that.
So this is really interesting. So a lot of people say he also did the drama with Zendaya and Robert Pattinson, and he just has this way of, or he was a producer on that. He just has a way of picking projects where he makes people uncomfortable, and there's always some sort of secret revealed. So apparently the plot details, we don't know a whole lot about this, but it's a thriller about a doctor who operates on an internet famous person. I don't know, but there you go. That's okay. It's going to be good though. People will be talking. Yeah.
Also going to be good, and maybe on the opposite end of the scale, Demi Lovato is returning to her Disney days.
Yeah, Camp Rock 3. This is so exciting. So I actually I'm going to be interviewing the cast tomorrow. I've seen the movie. And what's really interesting about this is, if you remember back in the Disney days, Camp Rock launched her career back in 2008. Then there was a sequel in 2010. We're now getting a third film, and like I said, I'm going to be interviewing the cast. I'm kind of excited about this, and this will air tomorrow on this show. So she posted to social media and she said, "Y'all miss me? XOXO Mitchie," which of course is her character's name. Here's what's really interesting. She was always going to be an executive producer on this new one. We know the Jonas Brothers are in this one, and fans were a bit disappointed because they were like, well, they're not promoting that she's actually going to be in it. She was just going to be an executive producer. Well, it turns out there's a cameo. Fun fact, I have seen the movie. She wasn't in it. Guess what? There was a part at the end that they've left out. So even this is a surprise for press who've already seen the movie. They kept her cameo out. So yeah, apparently that's coming in at the end of the movie. So there you go.
We'll watch for that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.